Probably not. But why risk an automatic shutdown of the pump, which was at 230 feet? The laundry room window displayed ostrich feathers of frost. Zachary went upstairs. Watching Muriel and Zachary, since I'd died and returned to this farmhouse, I have come to believe that certain evenings delivered them into each other's arms, as if the passing hours themselves had it in mind all day. There was so much human urgency, but also something more, perhaps indefinable. At least, I couldn't define it. There just seemed a powerful sense of predestination about it. I'm sure that neither of them would be caught dead using the words delivered them into each other's arms. That's perhaps my own literary pretension at work. Muriel Struth and Zachary Anders now own this 1845 farmhouse. Notice I did not say my former farmhouse. I am still in residence here. Things should be stated directly, don't you think? At the age of 48, I died of a heart attack an hour out to sea on May 23, 1994, at the rail of the Bar Harbor, Maine, Yarmouth, Nova Scotia ferry. Now I must also mention motion in library. Muriel and Zachary had put in a state-of-the-art alarm system. There had been some robberies in the neighboring villages of Woodbury and Plainfield. Along with motion detectors, this system included highly sensitive smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Since I wander freely through the farmhouse, there seemed no determinable logic as to why only the motion detector in the library kept registering a disturbance. It was occurring quite often. I figured it might somehow be a reaction to the metaphysics or physics or something of my condition. And though I don't unfailingly set off the motion in library alarm each time I enter the library when the alarm is set, when it does happen, a dispatcher at Onion River Security in Montpelier receives the motion in library signal. According to procedure, volunteer responders, in a predetermined order, are telephoned. The way Muriel and Zachary have it, first on the list are Jody and David, writers and translators who live just around the curve of the dirt road. They are followed by Eric and Kathy, who both work in ecological conservation, then Erica, a radio programmer and private investigator, who lives halfway between the farmhouse and Route 14. Last to be contacted is Jasper Soames, a retired high school math teacher, who lives in Plainfield. This motion in library phenomenon is driving Muriel and Zachary a little bonkers. They are embarrassed to have to keep apologizing to neighbors whom they are only just getting to know. "No big deal," Kathy said. "We do for each other." When Muriel finally said to Zachary, "Why don't we carry out an experiment and disconnect the motion detector in the library and see what happens?" he said, "Muriel, you want to disconnect the motion detector in the one room motion is being detected? That's counterintuitive." "Counter to your intuition," she said, "but not to anyone else's in the whole world." This did not amount to a quarrel, only an exchange of sentences with tones calibrated, as Buddhists suggest, to not bring something to a painful point. So far in their 2-year marriage, they have been talented at this. Each time motion in library lights up the switchboard, so to speak, it's usually been the first responder located at home who walks or drives over and checks things out. Should none of the responders be home, messages are left, and the volunteer fire department, as a kind of last resort, is called. It costs $145 for them to come out to the house, no matter what they find or don't find. One time, when none of the first responders could be contacted, Eddie Seifert, a technician at Onion River Security, met 5 men from the volunteer fire department at the house, wherein he discovered the 534-page collected poems of Wallace Stevens